that's can be a felony. And I don't want to play that card, but I also don't want to be out 30 grand. Back in the mid 90s, when I was selling cars on a regular basis at the Ocoee auction, I got to be buddies with a guy who his family owned a Chrysler dealership in Chicago. He was buying a lot of stuff that I had for sale, so we got to know each other, and eventually he even bought a condo down here in Naples and kept a boat there that he let me use from time to time, and it was a good relationship. Made a couple trips up to Chicago, was selling a lot of cars for his dealership, and one of the trips I made up there, they had on the showroom floor a 1970 AAR Cuda B5 Blue, beautiful car, and that was his baby. He'd bought it when he was in high school and said he would never sell it. So several years go by, and eventually, this is back when there were single point Chrysler stores, single point Dodge stores. Chrysler went through after the reorganization, they wanted to combine all their franchises under one roof, and they called it an Alpha store. So eventually the family sold their Chrysler store. My buddy went on to open an independent dealership in Chicago, which I continue to sell cars to. So business is good. We're doing regular business. And one day I sell him a Lexus RX 300. Send it up to him. He sends me a check. All's good until the check bounces. I wasn't too concerned at first because we'd done millions and millions of dollars worth of business and everything had been good. And because the family had sold the Chrysler store, I assumed they still had money. So I called them up and I said, hey, we got an issue with this check. And yeah, I'll take care of it. And again, I wasn't too concerned. And he shares with me that he's having problems with his floor plan company. I find out that the independent dealership he had has been closed. I'm starting to get a little concerned. So I call him up and I say, hey, we got to make this check right. Yeah, I'm working on it. I said, you wrote me a bad check, and that's can be a felony, and I don't want to play that card, but I also don't want to be out 30 grand. I'll make it right. I'll make it right. A little more time goes on. I'm getting more and more concerned. I say to him, listen, your dad sold the dealership. Can't you go to your dad for some money? Well, I've already done that. I owe him some money. I'm not getting any more. Eventually I say to him, what about your Cuda? You were never going to sell that. He says, no, I've still got it. It's in my garage. I said, well, that'll solve our problem right there. He says, well, I don't have the title. My dad has the title. I borrowed some money from him. I'm not getting it back until I pay him. Let me ask this. How much do you owe your dad? He says, well, I can get the title back for $10,000. I said, okay, so in theory, if I was willing to pay your dad the $10,000 and you were to give me the car, we could clear this up. He says, I do not want to give up my car. I'll never be able to get my hands on it again. I said, well, I don't want you to be in handcuffs either. So that's our only option. And listen, I feel for the guy. He's in a bad place in his life. I've been in bad places in my life. I do not want to bring the law into this, but the $30,000 is a lot of money. He doesn't want to do that, so I play that card. I file bad check charges. He calls me one evening. He's been served. His wife's in tears. It's not good. I feel terrible. I tell you what, I'll give your dad the $10,000. Now I got $40,000 invested. I don't want to be any deeper in this problem. I feel like I might be throwing good money after bad, but I don't want him to go to jail. I don't want to lose the 30 grand. So I make the decision. I'll pay your dad the 10,000. I'll take the car and the title, and I'll hold it for you for a little while. Hopefully, at least I'm secured then. Hopefully you can come up with the money. So he agrees to that. So I send the cashier's check to his dad. I get my car and my title sent down to Naples. I stick it in the corner of the garage, and I tell him that I'm going to do this. We're 9 months away from the January Mecum auction. You've got 9 months to come up with the money. Otherwise, I'm going to sell the car at that auction, no reserve, whatever it brings, it brings. If it brings more than you owe me, I'll gladly send you that additional money. If it doesn't make it and we're short, so be it. I really wanted him to get his car back because My first car was a 70 Camaro, and I would give anything to find that car today. I'm sure it's junk by now because it just wasn't special enough to anybody other than me. Uh, you know, but for the next 9 months, we're talking on a regular basis. He's trying to get the money together. He can't get there. I'm driving to the auction. The car's registered with Mecum. I'm driving to the auction. He calls me. He's got a buddy on the phone with him. Hey, we're going to try to buy the car back. I said, listen, it's already registered with them. If we buy it back now, Mecum's going to charge us for the sale fee. Come on, work with us. And then I find out they want to give me $10,000 or $20,000 today, the rest next week. That's not going to work. We've got a great number. I can't pull the car now. The car is going to be sold tomorrow. Car runs on the block. We got a great number. It's a Saturday number. The car ends up bringing $50,000 with all the fees, the shipping expenses, everything that I've got invested. That about gets us even. So I sell the car. His big concern was to make sure that I got the information from who the buyer was so that one day he can hopefully buy that car back. He's a pretty resourceful guy. I believe he'll get his car back someday. The problem is the car now is $100,000, $150,000. His car was a good car. I saw a great car sell recently for $250,000. I felt bad for the whole situation, but business is business.